right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Corner to Corner Wrestling Radio. The Triple Threat is in the house for Ultimate Championship Wrestling. We are all together here in Orange County, Virginia. Myself, Stan Grubb, Brian Taylor.
Hello.
Rob Hefner.
What's up, folks? We are on location.
That's right, man. This is super cool. We are in the hangar here for Skydive Orange for UCW, setting up their first time out. Wow, a long time. Was it 2000? 1999?
I think it was like almost 16, 17 years.
Wow, been a long time coming in. Folks, I'm excited because we are joined tonight, this evening, by one of the competitors for this evening's event, Joe King. Mr. King, how you doing, sir?
Pretty good. How you guys doing?
Doing great, man. Doing great. So we just started getting to know you here just for a few minutes, and we talked a little bit about what got you into wrestling. Why don't you tell our fans a little bit about yourself, like how long you've been active, and what brought you in?
Well, I've been wrestling for 14 years. I started training in 2002 in Newport News for Vanguard Championship Wrestling. They had a training school back then. Had my first match in 2003, November, and been around for a long time. I haven't taken a break or anything. I've been doing it full time since. Grew up watching Sting, Ric Flair, usual names, but grew up a WCW fan. Went up, WWF eventually, and I actually, joined wrestling school, and here I am.
Now tonight, your opponent is Sickened. Now I've seen his photo on the roster page,
right,
but I don't know a whole lot about this guy. What can you tell me about your opponent tonight?
I honestly don't know much about him. I've seen him in Richmond. He's a part of a tag team, I believe it's Riot City.
Okay.
I've seen pictures of him, never actually seen video of him, so I have no idea what to expect. I'm actually a replacement for the night. It was supposed to be Pork Chop, was supposed to be in the match, but I was a last-minute replacement. He's hopefully healing up, doing well.
Right.
But look forward to. I'm not sure where we're at on the card if we're going to be the first match, but look forward to putting on a good show for the crowd and hopefully getting the win.
What do you think about this locale, man? I mean, it's talk about an at-home setting.
Right. It's different. I like it though. It's kind of cool. It's going to look good in pictures, I think.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to say maybe 7-8 years ago, a company by the name of NWA Virginia had a show in the same area. I want to say it was a little further west of where we are now, but they had like a roof over top of head. And whatnot. It was like it was fun. I was still rookie at the time, so I didn't really get much in there, but it's cool being back in this part of Virginia.
How long have you been active?
I've been wrestling for 14 years.
14 years,
yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
And you don't look a day over 25.
I'm 31.
I mean, heck, oh.
31. Yeah, I look young, but I mean, I started when I was 16 training, so that gave me a head start.
How did you end up cutting your teeth like that? I mean, your parents, were they cool with that? Did they
My
just say
mom
go for
signed
it?
the waiver. I started off doing backyard, as some of us did.
Hey, we're maybe, possibly, we can either confirm or deny being involved with that at one
Right.
point.
But I did that for a while, then my mom found out I was doing it, so I was like, son, if you're going to do it right, I want you to learn the right way. So
Right.
One of my friends from work, I was working at the time, still in high school, he went to school with a wrestler by the name of Preston Quinn. Some of y'all may know. They had a show down in Newport News at a little nightclub called Middies. They were showing the WWF SummerSlam. It was 2002 with Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
Right.
They were showing it later that night on the at a projection screen. But before the pay-per-view, they had a live wrestling show. Sanjay Dutt was on the show, Barbarian, Mickey James, and known as Alexa Fleury. So it was kind of cool seeing my first ever independent pro wrestling show, and then watching the pay-per-view. And then also during the show, they mentioned they had a pro wrestling training school. So next week, I went to start school.
So who were some of your major influences once you got in, once you started training?
Once I started training, Preston Quinn was a big one. I believe he had the Saturday classes. Phil Brown. Some people might know Phil Brown.
MCW.
Yep. Him, Chris Escobar. He moved up to Massachusetts. He's a pretty good wrestler. Semi well known. Who else? A lot of guys in WB just watching and learning from them. Meeting some of the like Paul London. I actually got to have a match with him a few years ago. Just being in the ring with him, I learned a lot.
Right. Man, that's really cool. I mean, it's exciting to sit down on just like a grassroots level and see some of this come in. But 14 years, that's a hell of a long time, starting at 16.
Yep.
How do you hold up health-wise? I mean, your body's got to be sore from all of that. That's
Oh,
a
yeah,
long
absolutely.
time.
You get your sore days, and you get the days where you get up and you don't want to get out of bed. It happens. Well, I would say I don't work every single weekend. I want to. I would love to, but there's times where there's not a show local, or you don't have a way to getting to a show, or it's too far away. So, I mean, on the independent level, at this stage, it's like you got to find the show, and then hopefully it's not too far away so you can actually get there. I mean, you have your days where you don't want to get in the ring. It's like maybe I take a week break sometimes too.
Right.
So, what's your schedule look like?
My wrestling schedule. Let's see here. Coming up, actually tomorrow in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, I have a match for the Next Evolution Wrestling Championship main event against the Bo Show, Bo Crockett.
Ah, the Bo Show. We
Yeah.
know of the Cardi the Bo
Hopefully,
Show.
I will be taking that Next Evolution Wrestling Championship from him.
Very nice. That's awesome.
Nice.
Yep. Thank you.
Nice. But, okay.
All right, so
Train derailed right there.
let's go back to 16. Now, that first day of training, when it's almost really a gut check, how was that at the age of 16?
It was tough. I'm not gonna lie. I said to myself, nothing was gonna stop me from ring wrestling. They could run me. They could make me fall down in the ring after keep on bumping, and, learning how to fall, whatnot. But I mean, there was nothing that was gonna stop me from being a wrestler. I mean, I got beat up. We did a thing back then. It was called an initiation, where basically two wrestlers beat the hell out of you for a good 10, 15 minutes. And I asked for it kind of early in my career because I wanted to prove myself. Because back then I wasn't the most athletic guy. Still am not. But I love pro wrestling. I always wanted to do it as a kid. So I wasn't going to let anything stop me from doing it. So I asked for my initiation early. I got beat up. I took it. One of the trainers actually, he didn't think I was progressing fast enough. So they ended up popping my shoulder under the socket. Mm-hmm. Something some of you may know happened to Hulk Hogan. They broke his leg, I think, or popped his knee out.
Tell him come back when he healed.
Right, and that's what I did. They popped my shoulder out. I took 6 weeks off. I still came to class, still watched. Once I was ready to come back, I came back. I still, once in a while, it'll pop out, but
Now,
nagging injury.
you have that happen. You go home, and your parents, your mom, who
Right.
supported you, said, "All right, you're going to do it right." I mean, how do you explain that? So, Mom,
I kind
they
of
broke
hit
me?
it. I kind of hit it that it was maybe just like it hurted a little bit. And it wasn't that bad, but I didn't know it was that bad.
Right.
It was when the guy who actually did it, like a couple weeks later, took me aside and like, look, I know you're hurt. Go home, sit down. Like I kept on coming to class.
I know you're hurt because I popped your shoulder out. I felt
Right,
it.
exactly.
felt it pop.
He did it. He did it on purpose.
God.
But like, I still came to class a couple weeks after
That's
that.
amazing.
Still was like, yeah. I mean,
awesome.
I was holding it after every fall. Yeah, I'm like, I'm still gonna want to be a part of class. I don't want to give this up.
It takes a lot of guts.
That's a dedication in there.
Maybe guts or stupidity, one of the two.
There's a
But
fine line, a fine mixture between the two.
right, when you have a love for something and a passion for something like
Yeah.
pro wrestling, or maybe an actor, or maybe cooking, it's like you're not gonna give up, and you're gonna put everything you have into it.
Right. Wow. Well,
Yeah.
you got a hell of a chance tonight.
Yes, I do.
Your opponent is sickened.
Yes, it is.
You're looking forward to the future, I'm sure, with UCW.
Absolutely.
All right.
Look
Well,
forward to hopefully picking up the victory. We'll see. I don't know much about him. But
sure, we're going to have a raucous crowd here tonight, so it should be an interesting evening. Hey, thanks
Yeah,
very much.
thanks,
my
guys.
boy.
Thank you for
Appreciate
having
it.
me.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, folks, that's Joe
Thanks for
King.
coming out.
We got a lot more to cover here and a lot more ground to walk, so we'll be right back with you.
Yeah, they've been known not to hit the record button.
Nah, you good, man. You good.
Stuff going. It's
That
like,
is not what they say are technically savvy men.
Nah, man, you're good. Just talk to me, man. Dude, I always tell everybody, like, without the cheap shit, but, like, and you can say it, dude, like, what you see
ladies and gentlemen, we are back live here for UCW right here in Orange County, Virginia, and we are joined by the man known as Sicken. So, Sicken, how long have you been active as a professional wrestler?
I'm going on 9 years, dude.
Right on.
9 years in this business, this crazy business.
How did you come up in this? What got you to where you said I have to do this?
Honest to God, dude, like it was sitting at my grandmother's house, and it was just flipping the right channel, seeing wrestling on the TV, and then like going back and watching some old school wrestling, and I'm like, dude, Shawn Michaels is the man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Shawn Michaels is what I want to be like. That's
He's
the dude.
already cool with me. That
But
is
I'm just saying, but
amazing.
like Shawn Michaels was the dude.
I'm out of here.
Like Shawn Michaels was the dude.
Right.
Like that was the dude that made me want to get into business.
Absolutely.
But like I didn't set any high, like very big high aspects. I'm like, dude, if I can get into business and like work one match, 20 fans, I'll be happy. And then I did that like 2009. So like I was already content. But then like everything that's built up past there, it's just been awesome. Like everything, like the stuff that I've gone through, students having, working ROH guys, working names and stuff. Like, dude, it's all been like a dream. Like, it's come true. Like, it was nothing that I expected.
Right.
It just happened, and it was awesome.
So when you started out, who was your trainer? Like, where'd you go?
If you guys are very familiar with CZW,
Right.
Blackout from CZW, my trainer was Ruckus.
Okay.
So Ruckus was my trainer. He actually trained me at my own house,
Really?
in my ring. I bought a ring, but he actually trained me in my own ring.
That is a dedication to the craft.
So like
That's
yes,
amazing, dude.
it was some dumbass shit. Sorry, like
You're fine.
it was some dumbass shit that I did, backyard stuff. And I'm like, I was going to indie shows, and I'm like, hey Ruckus, look at this, and he was like, hey, you guys got some dedication, and he started coming to our shows, and then like he was like, dude, buy a real ring. So I bought a real ring,
Right.
and then like next thing I know, he was like, I'll train you guys, and I'm like, awesome.
That's cool.
So it was actually me and like 5 other guys that trained at one time. 2 of them besides me actually went pro, and they were like, this is not for me,
Oh, wow.
and they left. The other guys quit like before they actually went pro, and I was the only one that actually did it. So I still talk to all of them. It's awesome because they're like, dude, you actually did it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it happens.
Well, they say statistically, it's just like playing in the NFL. You got like a 1%, maybe a 0.5% chance of being successful.
Dude, it was crazy because like I looked at those guys and like they were my friends. So like looking at them, like they got it. Like a couple of them, I'm like, dude, they have it, but like they had. It was a different, it was a weird thing. Like they had stage fright mixed with, like one of them was having a baby, so like they're like, oh, I can't do it, and the other one was just like, I'm taking a very serious job, and I'm like, I'm not doing shit, and then like you turn around and look at me like this many years later, and I'm like, I haven't worked a real job in 2 years, and I'm like, I have over 30 students that I've trained. I rent my ring out. I'm wrestling 3 or 4 shows a weekend, and the stuff that I'm doing, I'm like, I'm actually making a business out of this. And but they're doing their thing, and like I understand where they went with it. Like they weren't committed to the stuff that has to do with this business.
Oh, yeah.
And because there's a lot of bullshit, no offense.
Yeah.
Like the way that it happens, there's a lot of bull crap that has to go with this business, and they were just like, yeah, I'll just back away from that. And I'm like, Dad, bring it on, let's get it.
Right? So what do you think about this locality? I mean, this is a pretty, I was telling Joe earlier, this is like a grassroots kind of feel. This is right there where the fans are on your level. They're able to see everything as it happens. It's got to be pretty awesome.
Dude, honestly, like, I've wrestled, like, we're in a hangar right now, in case you guys don't know. We are in an airplane hangar. And, like, this is not the first time I've done this, honestly. This will be the 3rd time that I've actually done this. And every time we do it, we draw a good crowd. Mm-hmm. And those fans are into it. So, the thing is, and I always say this, why does it matter where we are? It doesn't matter where we are. People love wrestling.
Yeah.
They come out and they want to see wrestling. So why? Why does it matter? Are we in a bingo hall? Are we in we can be in a KFC parking lot for all I give a shit. But if the fans come out, they want to see wrestling, man. They love wrestling. So let's, whether there's 20 people in the crowd or 200, 300, let's give them a goddamn show. Let's give them a show. So it doesn't matter where you are, but honestly, I love this hangar.
It's pretty cool.
I'm sitting here, you see me, I'm looking at this here, I'm like, this shit's awesome. No, this is awesome. Like, why not? This is a good hangar. I'll run here. This is an indie show. I run here every month. This is awesome. Why not? Bring the fans in. Yeah, you could absolutely draw here.
Now, you said you do 3 or 4 shows a weekend. What's you got on your schedule?
I mean, dude, we go everywhere from, Ohio to North Carolina, West Virginia, Tomorrow night we're in West Virginia for a show. I'm defending my independent cruiserweight title in West Virginia tomorrow for Atlantic Terror Championship Wrestling. So, I mean, it just depends on where we are. I mean, but if you love pro wrestling, you will do everything that you can in your body to go out there and put yourself out there as much as you can, and that's what I do.
Yeah.
And that's what my boys do. Like my students, Mr. Grimm. Mr. Grimm goes out there and he busts his ass. That's all he does is he's out there every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's what this dude does.
And he's got a title shot for you.
Absolutely. Mr. Grimm's going to go out there and he's going to kill it. And I take nothing away from him because he's going to go out there and he's going to bust his ass and he's going to show it off tonight. Ron Holiday's on the show tonight. Another dude, he goes out there every weekend and busts his ass. This is what we do. If you love this business, you will put yourself out there and you will present yourself as much as you possibly can.
So you don't phone it in.
That's right.
Absolutely.
So tonight you're against Joe King. What do you know about Joe King? How are you going into tonight's contest?
Honest to God, I know nothing about Joe King.
Okay.
I know nothing about him, but I do not take him lightly. You know why? Because I don't know him. I haven't looked him up. When I came into this show, that's not who I was supposed to wrestle.
Right, you were going to face Pork Chop Johnson.
I was going to Pork Chop. And I've known Pork Chop for years. So, coming in, I already had a game plan set in my head. And then when I got here, they're like, you're not wrestling Pork Chop. You're going to wrestle Joe King. And I'm like, man, I don't know him.
It's got to make it kind of difficult to prepare.
It is difficult. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is difficult to prepare for something. But, if you're out there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you're not going to know everything. You're not going to know everything. But you know what? I know I'm ready to fight.
Right.
That's what I know. I'm ready to fight. My point is he ready to fight?
Well, we had him on just a few moments before you stepped over here. He seems like he's prepared. He's got kind of maybe little butterflies, I think. I don't know. I mean, it could go either way.
Hey, you know what? Butterflies are good for me. That's all I know. Because I'll tell you what, right now, from being here and being around these guys at UCW and being known for what they used to be, and I won't even say it, but I've been here, he hasn't been here, and you're stepping on my ground. So if he has butterflies, I don't. So, he's got something to prepare for.
So today, Joe King, tomorrow, the champ, right?
Right.
There we go.
It's a small ladder, but it goes right to the top, as long as it heads that way.
Hey, all I'm saying, he's got something to fight for.
Right now.
All I'm saying is he's got something to fight for because I've been here, he hasn't. He's scared, I'm not.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Now, we talked a little bit before we came on the air with you here about kind of the appearance, the difference of who is sickened in the Riot City and then Riot City's Most Wanted. And I really should have hit record earlier on that because that was awesome. So if you could share with our listening audience, what's the difference between Riot City's Most Wanted and Riot City, those two versions of Sickened?
Well, I mean, I'll say this all day. What you see is what you get. If you see me outside the ring, it's the same dude that you're going to see inside the ring. If you see me in a pissed off state and you piss me off outside the ring, it's the same dude you're going to get. If you see me in there being happy-go-lucky, it's the same dude you're going to talk to in the parking lot. Now, without having a tag partner, without having Mac Mayhem or Vic Ramone here, now it's different, dude, because, I'm relying on a tag team partner. Now, tonight, I'm sitting there by myself. I'm relying on me. Now, it's all about me tonight. I don't have a tag team partner to reach out and tag in when I'm ready to be done. Now, a lot of people know me for being a singles wrestler, but a lot of people know me for being a tag team wrestler. But it's that's what I'm saying. Like it's that up and down. So like you know me for one or the other. But what I'd like to see here is you know me for this. You know me for me. You either know me for one, you know me for the other, but you know me for that. You know me for Sickin'. You know me for Riot City's Most Wanted, period.
And there you have it.
End of story.
Sickin' taking on Joe King tonight here at UCW at Skydive Orange. We'll be right back with you, folks. Thanks again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live again here at UCW, right here at Skydive Orange. And we are sitting with Ron Holiday. Mr. Holiday, how are you this evening?
Oh, I'm just peachy because every day's a holiday.
All right. That was a hell of a take. I dig that.
Yeah.
So
Every day.
where'd the holiday begin?
Be a little bit more specific. Well, a mommy and a daddy love each other a lot.
Birds and the
They
bees,
take
right
their
here.
clothes off and
Point A into slot B, something like
yeah,
that.
something like that. Yeah, exactly. But where? I guess you mean where did I start and like
Yes.
what made me get into this business? Well, who actually made me get in this business were like Ric Flair and Rick Rude because these guys were killing every night. Girls were swinging over them. They'd go back to the hotel room, have 5-6 girls with them, be banging them out, and do it every night, every town, every night, man.
As he says, every night's a holiday.
Yeah.
So when you finally decided, I'm going to do this, where'd you go? Who trained you?
Well, funny enough, actually, I almost, like, right before I decided to start training, I almost gotten done with it. Like, 'cause all I had ever seen was WWE.
Right.
And, like, it gets to a point where you watch WWE to a point where you're like, okay, they're going to do this. All right, now they're going to do this. This is about to happen. This is about to happen. This is about to happen. It's like, oh, boy.
Preaching
So,
to the choir.
yeah, so eventually I got to...
Sir.
You must have listened to our live show.
You might have.
No, I mean, it's just something that's always irritated me about it. I'm like, it's so, it got so, you can call it everything they're going to do. It's something that some guys in the business I've heard call it the 7 deadly sins of wrestling. This, and this.
Right.
But, so I was pretty much done. I almost stopped watching wrestling completely. Went to a indie show, and my first ever indie show, and watched these guys. I was like, you know what, I could do this. Felt the ring, I was like, oh, I definitely could do this. Because I always thought that was like hardwood. Now, don't get me wrong, they ain't like cushion.
Right.
Mistake. That stuff, when you get thrown on that thing, it still hurts.
Right. These
Like
aren't
anything.
mattresses.
These are not mattresses. It's like if you ever been on the natural like amateur wrestling mat or like an MMA
Yeah.
cage, it's one of those. I mean, it's cushioned to an extent, but
So the first day you were in the
Yeah,
ring, the first back bump you take,
yeah. Oh, it was.
was it on for you, or were you
it
just
was
like,
on.
I don't know, did I
Yeah.
make a mistake?
Oh, no, it was on for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, thing is sick, and the guy you just had on
Yeah.
was the one who trained me, and like me and him grew up 30 minutes from each other, never knowing each other
wow.
or anything. Like, so, like, he was on the first show I ever went to, and they ended up having an after party, and I'm the most. What's the one look for? I'm not saying awkward. I just go with awkward. I'm the most awkward person you'll ever meet.
Socially awkward?
Socially, yeah, let's
I
go
feel
social.
your pain, sir.
Yeah,
I've
socially
been-
awkward.
That's
So
me.
I was like, I need to ask this guy where he got trained because
Right.
since he lives so close to me, he'll know where's a good place to go train.
Yeah.
So instead of just meeting him like outside the parking lot or something like that, no. For some reason, I thought it was a great idea to ask him where I should go train in a bathroom. Well,
I mean,
yeah, we're saying,
guess there are worse
urinal.
places.
Yeah, I'm like, urinal. We're standing there. Pay him, so I'm like, so, where'd you get trained?
did you pat him on the shoulder? Or did
Yeah,
you
I mean, he's like, well, Ruckus from CCW trained me,
Right.
but I train students right here. I'm like, all right, I'm in.
Awesome.
So, like, I'm one of the sickened students, and
Friends and family, how'd they feel when you first got started?
oh, they did not like it. I mean, they didn't like it at all, but it came to a point where it's like, I'm a grown adult, I'll make my own decisions. And they knew they couldn't talk me out of it because I wanted to do it for years.
Now, did you have any other plan before that? I mean, were you going to school? Were you? And what was your focus before wrestling? Jumped
Wrestling,
in?
my focus before that was actually filmmaking and stuff.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I
So
mean, like-
entertainment stuff.
Yeah, well, I was always in the entertainment. always wanted to do something entertaining.
Right.
It was either do something with film, do something comical, or do wrestling. I'm like, either way, I'm an entertainer by nature.
Right.
I've always been that show-off kid, like that class clown.
Right.
I'm always trying to get a laugh or get a rise out of someone.
Hey, I know one like this.
Yeah. So I mean, that's always what I was been about, and that's what part of the reason that what drew me to pro wrestling in the first place. It was these larger-than-life characters that just pop off, like because we all know that this isn't the most legitimate thing.
Whoa,
Yeah,
easy.
it's the most legitimate thing. But you know what? It's like a movie, okay?
Right.
You leave your disbelief at the door.
Exactly.
So for that split second, it's like going to a movie or watch a TV show. See, everyone wants to go out here and call it "quote unquote" fake, but they don't call out Game of Thrones. They don't call out any reality
That's
TV
always,
show.
yeah, I completely agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, it's as real as any of those other things.
Yeah.
And people love it so much.
Wow. A lot of times when people are talking about it, for some, no explanation is necessary, and
Yeah.
for others, no explanation of what we're doing.
Yeah, like one of my biggest goal in pro wrestling, not to get to WWE, not to get titles or make a bunch of money. My main goal in this business is to get everyone to be able to respect it. Not like it. They don't have. I want everyone to like it. I want everyone to respect why other people like it, because we all know as wrestling fans, we always get ridiculed
Oh yeah.
for this stuff,
Right.
for liking this. Oh, you like that fake crap? Blah, 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 blah. I mean, like, there's a legitimate reason why people like this.
It always drove me nuts when people use the F word.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't do
I mean,
that.
I hate it too.
Yeah.
I only use it because other people use it. I mean,
Yeah.
I never said that it was that.
Right.
Because it's
No,
definitely
you
not.
certainly didn't.
Well, everything I've done in that ring, none of it has been fake. I mean, like,
Right.
you want to call it fake, fill one of my strikes. Tell me how fake that is.
Unlike what you said, Game of Thrones, when it gets to the battle scene, they
Yeah.
go, oh, hold on.
Yeah.
You know,
Stunt
Yeah.
double.
Yeah,
We don't have
exactly.
a stunt double. So
Exactly.
So you said 2009. So here we are, 2017. We're in a hangar. UCW making a triumphant return. It's got to feel pretty good. But your opponent tonight is a man known as Tremor. Tell me your thoughts about your opponent this evening.
Well, first I had to figure out which Trimmer it was because I'm up from Baltimore and stuff.
Okay.
And like there's a guy up there named Trimmer who's a short, fat guy. I mean, short and fat. I'm like, oh, I can whoop his ass easily. Then when I figured out who I was actually wrestling, I was like, ooh, I don't know about this guy. I'm like, looks so scary. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, like, a lot of things can go wrong here. I mean,
Right. Now, with Sicken and Joe King, they were talking a little bit. They've never stepped in the ring before. This is a situation with you and with Tremor.
Oh, obviously. I'm like, if I had to look up who he was,
Right.
you kind of got to guess. Yeah. That's
So is it hard to prepare like that? I mean, how do you get yourself mentally ready for a guy you've never been stood across?
You always
the ring
got to be smaller than him. Like, obviously, look, I am 6'3", a $180,
Well, you're
soaking
not a
wet.
small guy, though.
I mean, I'm a tall guy. I'm a very tall guy. Like I stand taller than this ring tonight, which is only about 6 foot tall. I got in there earlier, and like I always hit the ropes just in case.
Yeah.
The ring's short. I mean, like this ring. I mean, literally, it's like almost to my ass.
Oh, wow.
That's how short that top rope is.
just don't fall out.
Yeah, I always gotta make sure I don't fall out. But yeah, the thing is I'm not that like muscular or like big. I don't carry a lot of weight on
So
me.
maybe not a lot of suplex sitting.
No suplexing. No, it's always small. I'm like everyone wants
Smarter.
to be all. Everyone wants to be all. Oh yeah, I'm big. I'm tough.
Right.
You don't have to do that. I'm like you need to leave your vanity at the door.
Right.
You need to always be smart because vanity's what causes you to lose.
So you're at UCW tonight,
Yep.
and you've been wrestling since 2009. Where is your next stop?
Next up, tomorrow in West Virginia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you're going up with
Sicken. Oh, yeah. It's more or less the other way around. Sicken's going up with me because
Okay.
I'm Sicken's ride. Sicken don't drive.
Oh, I see.
Sicken needs to ride everywhere. And they're like, I'm supposed to be at work today, and Sicken's like, I need a ride. Okay, let me call off.
Hey,
Yeah, I mean, like,
there's work and then there's...
this.
Do you call this work? I mean, because this is awesome.
Work.
A job
is
that you love, right?
No, work means you actually don't like it.
Right.
A job. This is my secondary job. This is my hustle. This is my side hustle.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is a hustle that we all know and love.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is pretty cool.
And we thank you for coming on. We thank
Yeah,
you for
man.
talking to us.
No problem.
And feel free to join us at any point in time if you ever want to hit us up. We are, of course,
And if you
on
get
social
something to
media.
say while the show's going on, we'll be right here.
Oh, you guys gonna be live on the show?
We're gonna, if we can get a signal, we're gonna be live. But if not, we're
trust-
gonna record it.
Oh, don't tell me that. I'll be over here. Trust me.
Come on.
So where can folks catch up with you on
You can
social
push
media?
Dan right out of there.
Facebook Ron Holiday. My Facebook page is Ron Holiday. Instagram Ron Holiday Pro, and I believe my Twitter is at Ron Holiday.
Ron Holiday,
It's just
all right.
I make everything easy. It's just look up Ron Holiday. That's Holiday with one L.
That's right.
I've had a lot of people want to spell it with two L's for some odd reason.
You know, around this area, there's actually a family that's pretty well known that their last name is spelled with two L's. You see it everywhere. It's kind of crazy. All right, well, Mr. Holiday, thank you so much for
Thank you
joining
very
us.
much.
Definitely appreciate your time.
Hey, don't forget, guys.
Every day's a holiday.
Damn, hey, you beat me to it. You beat me.